Millions of people wake up in the middle of the night to pee, deal with bladder leaks, or pelvic weakness, and they think it's just part of getting older. But what if strengthening those muscles could be done simply while sitting in a chair? Stay tuned to this podcast. You're going to like what you see and hear.
Hello everyone, it's Cameron. I'm here with Dr. Chris Cormier, and today we're going to be talking about the EMSELLA chair. Hello, Dr. Cormier.
Hey, Cameron.
For people that do not know, what exactly is the EMSELLA chair and what does it do?
It's a chair that you actually sit on, and right through the middle of the chair, there's a high frequency wave that stimulates your pelvic floor muscles to contract 11,200 times in 28 minutes.
That is absolutely incredible.
Yes.
When did you first get the EMSELLA chair?
We've had it for over a year and a half now.
Is there a specific company that makes this chair?
Yeah, the company's called BTL, and it stands for Be the Leader. It's a Czechoslovakian company. They have over 500 of the world's best engineers that basically do all their research and develop all this technology to enable this to happen. Because you can imagine it's pretty complex trying to make 11,200 Kegels happen in 28 minutes.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Electromagnetic technology, what does it actually do for the pelvic floor muscles?
So when you're seated on it, you can feel each wave. You can actually hear the device, and it does like a clicking sound that you'll hear. But this high frequency wave basically stimulates a full contraction of the whole pelvic floor. So it's not just like a partial contraction, it's a full contraction of all the muscles 11,200 times.
What kind of results have you seen for patients that have used the EMSELLA chair?
So many, especially women who maybe have had pregnancy and they have urinary incontinence and they just think it's just normal. It's not actually.
Yeah.
This helps to strengthen that pelvic floor. We've seen patients with prostate issues, men with prostate issues, and they've had enormous success. So it helps in so many capacities with the urinary, prostate issues, that type of stuff. But also, people don't realize the pelvic floor, the nerves. We always at the Nerve Health Institute, we always talk about nerves.
Yeah.
And the primary, you have a surviving side of your nervous system called sympathetic, and you have a healing side of your nervous system called parasympathetic. Well, the parasympathetic nervous system is controlled by the vagus nerve, which starts up here, but it's also by the sacral nerves, which go down to your pelvic floor. So when we're helping patients to strengthen the pelvic floor, we're also helping to strengthen that healing side of the nervous system called parasympathetic.
That's amazing. All the results, you kind of touched on this a little bit. It's not just about bladder control with this device.
No, not at all. And in fact, remember that parasympathetic side of the nervous system, it doesn't just do healing, right? Like your body's ability to heal itself, which self-healing, a lot of people don't even know what that is. But your body is geared or designed by God to heal itself. And so we take it for granted because like Big Pharma doesn't want you to know that your body heals itself, or you have this innate self-healing that's there, but you have to keep that self-healing at a maximum. And that's what we try to do at the Nerve Health Institute. Well, this particular device is one of our pieces of technology that really, really helps, because remember that parasympathetic side of the nervous system doesn't just do healing, it does sleeping, it does digestion, and it calms your body down. So it's the polar opposite of the worried, fearful, surviving, kick somebody's butt side. Sympathetic.
Yes. You talked a little bit about the prostate for men being able to use this device. Is there anything else that the men can use this device for?
Yeah, so some men, and really just think about this, over time, I think we may go to the gym and work out and do certain things. Some people do that, but it's like, do you really work out your pelvic floor? Yeah. I mean, it's like it's an area that just becomes where you don't use it very much. And so it helps with, obviously, we have urination that it's involved with, but there's sexual issues that men struggle with and women struggle with, where maybe you just can't contract that area as good as you should. And this helps to kind of bring that back and keep it alive to where those areas are working properly.
Amazing. Can pelvic floor weakness also affect other things like core stability, posture, back pain, things of that nature?
Absolutely. So one can trickle into the other, and it's something, again, I think most people, when it comes to pelvic floor problems, just think about doing a Kegel. And for those out there watching, maybe they don't know what a Kegel is. It's like when you're peeing, you want to stop your pee. That would be where you're contracting that pelvic floor. And a lot of times when people have this, they just want to do Kegels at home. There's apps you can do for Kegels, and it teaches you how to do Kegels and all that stuff. And that's great. You could do that, but this device does it for you. And then it makes it, when you want to go do those Kegels again, it makes those easier.
In your clinic, you talk a lot about the OWL method, oxygen, water, and light. How does the EMSELLA chair fit into that little philosophy that you use?
Yeah, so basically oxygen is the number one ingredient in every cell. You have 30 trillion cells in your body, which is crazy to think about. And so basically you have oxygen would be the number one ingredient in those cells. That's why we can't do without breathing. But unfortunately, we don't breathe enough, and we don't know how much we don't know what we're breathing anymore. And so cells in the body lose oxygenation and they get sick. Second would be water. And a lot of times people maybe are drinking enough water, but the quality of the water has a problem. So we have ways of helping with that. The third is light energy. And so you want to think of your brain being fiber optic, and just think of a muscle in general, like every cell in your body, muscle cells, bone cells, skin cells, organ or gland cells, every single one of those cells is wired to your brain, which is it's a crazy thought to think about that. But these nerves are fiber optic, and they're using light energy back and forth from the brain. So when we're using a device like the pelvic, like the EMSELLA, and we're stimulating those pelvic floor muscles, every time those pelvic floor muscles are contracting, there's light energy going to and from the brain. And so it's really helping to actually stimulate the actual light energy going into those pelvic floor muscles again. It's like reigniting them and getting them to fire back up.
There are some people that are not going to be able to come to your clinic to actually use the EMSELLA chair. You touched a little bit about possible Kegel apps to help you out to kind of even learn how to do a Kegel really. But you also have a Bodychargers platform, which is at-home help for patients or for clients for you guys. What are some ways that Bodycharger platform can help people with pelvic issues?
Yeah, so we obviously have Nerve Health Institute, which is our clinic with all our technologies, including the EMSELLA chair. And then for home, I couldn't go with people 24/7. So I wanted to be with people 24/7, but I can't. So we've literally developed a Bodycharger platform for people for home. And the Bodycharger platform is an educational platform and teaching you how to self-heal, how to improve your self-healing at home. And so we have all kinds of methods for oxygen uptake, for water, for light energy, for frequency, or for even magnetism or grounding, in addition to nutrients. So there's all kinds of things for home. Like we even have these little devices that you can put in your pocket for frequency. There's male health and female health sections that can help improve the frequency of cells. And you want to think of your cells, for instance, like the cells in your bladder or your prostate or your pelvic floor. Those cells, each cell in your body has its own frequency, like a guitar string tune. And so you want each cell to stay tuned up. And the world we're in is filled with so much interference. I mean, we've got, physical stresses we deal with, emotional stresses, and we have environmental stresses we deal with. And so many of those stresses can knock the frequency or the health off in some cells. And these types of devices that we have in our Bodychargers platform can really, really help.
Amazing. Is there anyone that should not use the EMSELLA chair?
Yeah, so the EMSELLA, their contraindications would be like, let's say somebody has metal, like a hip replacement, or even like a rod in the femur, or sometimes even plates in the lower back. Those would be contraindications. If they have an active cancer or something, that we wouldn't do this particular therapy. But for the most part, it's a therapy that really benefits just about everybody who does it.
Could strengthening the pelvic floor earlier in life be more of a preventative measure? Could that be more helpful for patients?
It's one of those things like a use it or lose it kind of thing. But yet I think over time, if you think of most people, it's like we just go through life, and our bodies, if you don't take care of your body properly, you'll just notice things just get where you're not as muscular in any part of your body. It's just part of the natural aging process of losing muscle. But it's more to it than just losing muscle. It's losing connectivity from the brain to those muscles. And so not only are muscles involved, but also bones, because remember, this thing has to connect not only to your muscles, but to your bones. And so it's complicated, but where we believe here at the Nerve Health Institute and with Bodychargers is we want to keep as many of those cells connected throughout your entire life, where you don't just go through the typical aging process where you're losing this power over time. And especially when it comes to the pelvic floor, life's not fun when it's not working.
No. Could strengthening, if someone is embarrassed to talk about bladder leaks or pelvic weakness, what is something that you would say to them?
There's a solution for you. And the solution involves no surgery. It involves keeping your clothes on. If you want to do it privately, you can come to the Nerve Health Institute. We don't like put you on a microphone and announce that you're walking through our door with pelvic floor problems. Everything's done privately, and we do it in a way that's just going to be advantageous to getting your overall health back, in addition to your pelvic floor strength.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Cormier. That concludes our talk for today.
Thank you, Cameron. If you can relate to what we talked about in this podcast, then subscribe to our channel and like this video, as it really helps the algorithm. Don't forget, if you want to help yourself with self-healing at home right now, then simply become a Bodychargers by Dr. Chris member. And remember, our clinic, the Nerve Health Institute, is open all year round for in-person visits. For more information, just click the link below.